5 or 3 and 6%.
When you pull out.
Wait, what? Welcome, CommanderSmiths.
We're the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowery Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
I want that to truly be the how you say it every time now. I like it because it's like a there's no
very
question.
happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, it is. It's like we're
right.
like and then you're like I don't know. Like
can you just blur out all the actual words and see if we can get it to just we turn into like Charlie Brown adults.
Yeah. I have to say I'm thoroughly disappointed. Was it last week we started pirate talking and then AJ made the little meme of it? But as I was like, that was the one episode where I was listening to it back when I was editing and I was like, why didn't we continue that? We could have totally just played that bit the whole time and it would have been really funny, but we only did it for like the first 5 minutes.
Look, we are very mature and we don't talking like pirates. Come on.
That would have been awesome.
Come on.
I think it would have been sweet.
It would have.
All right. This is episode 149. What do we have today, Lar? What are we doing today?
I'm drinking a beer. I'm living dangerously.
What? You, Mr. Gout Flare Up Toe, is drinking a beer this week. What is?
Yeah.
What?
So I had my first official gout flare up in 4 months, and it's relatively back to normal. I'm not going to do anything athletic for a little bit, but I'm
back on the bottle.
finally walking straight after. That sounds dirty. I was
what were you doing
like
to get rid of it
for about 4 days? Yeah, so that was fun, and I had this beer. I want to get it down. It's a Dunkel from KC Beer Co. And this is actually, I learned that this is where Squee works.
Oh, from
CMD
Tower. Nice.
I didn't realize it.
That's kind of funny.
So it's kind of interesting. He works at a good beer co. So I would.
Well, you have to say you like it now because otherwise you're a dick.
No, I'm straight up.
Larry, you can tell me off air if you really like that one. It's
Look,
okay.
If they're making money, it's good enough. That's all that matters. My opinion doesn't count.
Well, I am drinking water. Mine is a little different. Cindy and I started we need to lose some weight because this COVID shit has gotten out of hand, and I'm at my second highest weight I think I've ever been, besides the last time when me, Trombley, Jeremy, and I think Chris did like a weight loss challenge with us four. I think that was the most I weighed. Now I'm the second most I've weighed, and I've been working out, but we don't do anything else besides, I'm working, teaching Drake, and I'm not doing anything else. I don't play volleyball right now because my shoulder's still, and it's not going on. So we're both like, all right, we're counting calories this week. Like we are starting, we'll get cheat days, because it's gonna be Christmas and we're going to have appetizers planned and all that stuff. But so I'm trying to cut back on the alcoholic beverages after.
That's very smart.
Because the thing is I do the fast and feast thing. So technically I don't eat anything after we have dinner, which ranges from 6 to 8 o'clock. But then I have adult beverages, which counteracts what I'm doing, because
for sure
there's calories. Yeah.
As consuming.
Yeah. So
I'm at the heaviest weight I've ever been. And I've been heavy in my lifetime. I worked at being heavy when I was in college. Trying to be a football player.
That's what I had to do. Stay in there.
I'm 5 pounds over my highest weight ever.
Oh, isn't this fun? This COVID stuff. It's sweet. Hey, good news with it. Cindy got her first shot of the vaccine today.
That should be good. Hopefully she doesn't have any sick reaction to it.
So she's having it's not sick reaction. I think part of it might be in her head. So the last 2 nights, I'm going to give a lot of side notes of what we've been doing this week. We've been binging Ted Lasso, which is an awesome show, by the way. Highly recommend it.
I've heard it's really good.
It's really good. It's a show that's It's an
But it's on like Apple TV,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So we have Apple TV.
Who the fuck has that?
I do. And
Yeah,
I know
you got an
Trombley
Apple
does.
Watch, and they're like, "Here, please take."
I don't have an Apple Watch. This is a Fitbit. This is not an Apple Watch, but
okay.
Highly recommend that show. It's a upbeat show. Like there's conflict, but it's like you love the guy. There isn't like a bad thing about it. You know,
sounds way too positive.
Yeah.
For
no,
right
there's
now.
it's funny. It's good. And I do like Jason Sudeikis. So anyways, we've been binging that. We started it on Thursday and finished it last night. So we went through the whole season. But then we didn't get a lot of sleep because one of, Zeke got up in the middle of the night, was in our bed at 3 a.m. And anyway, so Cindy got the shot, and I think it's a mix of lack of sleep, but then also she just felt really run down, and she's like, is this the shot, or is this me not
just
having
not
sleep?
Sleeping.
Yeah. So she is going to bed early. Actually, she's probably asleep now. I'll let you know tomorrow if there's any other side effects, but this is shot 1 of 2. So the second one is in 3 weeks. Yeah. I think this gives her like 50% immunity, whatever. And the next one gets you to 95. So
hopefully it's pretty chill.
And your sister got it too today, I think.
Yep.
Wasn't it today? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Then you get the news that the mutation of it in Europe is faster and spreads whatever more than this one, and that's happening.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, that's why stocks kind of dropped today, because now there's a new strand of it going.
I shouldn't have started off so positive with the we're cousins.
Yeah, we're cousins.
Womp womp. Beat Eeyore today.
So that's a good thing. We closed on our house today. Like officially closed. Like we had our construction loan all this whole time.
What?
Yeah. Wait, I should get the applause.
But no, I'm gonna. This is my mouth button. Just keep talking. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we officially closed on the house today. So we're not in a construction loan anymore, and now we are officially paying on our mortgage loan instead of just paying interest. That's what we've been doing for the last 2 years, pretty much. So that happened. So I don't have to talk about me building my house. I'm still working on my house.
No, I don't want it to stop. Just keep doing it.
What else happened? We didn't even talk about. I said, what are we doing today? And then we didn't really go over it. So we have stumped the Smith Savant, and Lowery's going to try to keep up his streak of 95 and 100s. Except I got a little monkey wrench I'm throwing in here, so we'll see what happens. And I have a few of them. So if you get one right away and you get the second one right away, I have a third one. Then we have one spec to rule them all. We're actually going to talk about Commander Legends, and I kind of want to talk about this is on-air production, but I kind of wanted to dive deeper in now that we're weeks into it being out, Commander Legends, and talk about the spec aspect of it, because there isn't collector boosters really anywhere. Like targets out of them, my targets out of them. I haven't seen people finding many of them, and then still we're waiting on
our order hasn't come.
Yeah. It's very unlucky. Didn't come yet.
It's unfortunate.
And then we have Grinds My Gears, which really that'll just probably turn into here. We'll just be talking about is about eBay. eBay changed some things this week. I'm going to talk about one thing in particular that's changed that sucks. And then the main segment of this is what? What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about shutdown cards you should not be fucking playing.
Should not be playing.
We
might have some people that are angry because they're going to be like, I play with these cards. And it's like, well, it doesn't mean that you can't.
Social contract. Social contract. You signed it when you made your commander deck.
It's just if you really don't want to be a dick, some of these cards you really shouldn't be playing. And a lot of these cards.
We had weeks where we talked about head cards, and those are all more than good to play.
Yeah. They're just dickhead cards. These are cards you probably shouldn't be playing.
Probably not.
So, all right. Let's just get the tags in really quick. So, you guys are going to be... let me start that over because I just burped. All right, you guys can become a patron. You can jump on our Discord, Patreon. $1 or more.
Just gonna edit me out.
Yeah, the fun part is I can edit you out very easily.
I can't just like purposely distract you.
Well,
Fine.
what's interesting before when we're together and we're both talking and it's blended, there's no way I can get rid of you talking or doing something. But this, I'm just like mute, no more Lowery. But yeah, so. Get on if you become a member of the patron or become a patron, $1 more gets you into Discord and also gets you into Battle Box League. Right now, if you haven't already, might be late, but we're going to continue doing this. So the new, was it Chaldeum? How do you say it?
Keldime.
We'll probably be starting another league with that, and that'll probably overlap a little bit here, and so we'll get in a regular thing. Whatever. $5 or more gets you a proxy of the week. Can't stress it enough. You guys, we'd still be here if you guys weren't patrons, but we wouldn't sound as good because you guys have made it so that we got better equipment. We've been able to upgrade things. We probably wouldn't be able to do this as well as we are doing right now. If you think
Adam sounds way better than I do on this, it's because I'm using the old equipment and he's using the new equipment.
Yeah, we did get that comment from Gwen from her Discord. She was like, Why does Lowery sound not as good as Adam sound wise?
Well, it's also because I sound like trash in real life too, but that's beside the point.
And it's like, well, Lowery's using a USB mic and we got new mics, but he doesn't have the capability because he needs a mixer in his whatever. So seriously, everything, patron, you guys, even if you aren't a patron, love that you guys are supporters of the show, but being a patron and donating to the show really has helped. We've been able to expand stuff. And this will lead into the next part. YouTube, we are now expanding stuff because videos are happening. There was 4 videos that happened this week, so you guys can check that out. That'll be on the linked on underneath. Don't worry, Larry, you don't have to add that in. I always add that in later. So
yes, I appreciate that.
So yeah, videos are there. You guys can check out YouTube. That's a free way to support the show. So if you can't donate to us on the Patreon, go to YouTube. All you have to do there is just subscribe. That's all you have to do. You can like some stuff too and comment. That's awesome when you do that. But really, all you need to do is subscribe there. And then go to Twitter. That's where you can see Proxy of the Week. And for some reason, not sharing with Adam is becoming a thing again.
It's just with the cold coffee. You don't even want that.
I told you I like cold coffee, but I like it. I like them like,
highly judged me. You're like, cold coffee. Who the fuck has that?
What I'm talking about when I think of cold, when you said it the first time, I thought you meant like getting your coffee from the coffee pot and then just letting it sit until it's cold.
That's how I would do it if I was doing that as well. Yes.
That's just weird.
Hot coffee is not my thing. But besides the point, yes, I buy pre-made coffees, and I'm comparing and contrasting because I'm learning what I like. And I think I figured out what I like, so I don't know how often I'm going to do it now.
May I ask, is the coffee more of a new thing because of the gout stuff where you've gotten rid of the
Correct.
Cokes and Coke Zeros and stuff like that?
No more pop.
Yeah.
And
coffee's actually supposedly helps with that. Like it breaks up.
That's what they say. Yeah. It's a different caffeine for sure. I can tell the difference between. I had a soda last Saturday, and that was the first time where I could not sleep, even though I'm really fucking tired for the last 8 months. But
you could feel the pop.
I could feel it. Yeah, I was just like, why can't I sleep? And then the next day I was like, I had a pop. That is why.
Well, good ups though to change lifestyle stuff. It's hard to when you're used to just always having that, and then it's like
that's why the gout flare up kind of came back, is because I wasn't drinking as much water. I actually had 2 burgers 2 days before.
Getting old sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm having to be. I just fell off the wagon a little bit, and then it happened. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, because you get cocky with it, you're like, I think it's gone. I mean, it's happened to me multiple times. I'm like, it's not coming back. And then I'm like, oh, nope, can't drink pop. What am I doing? Why are you doing that? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Twitter, not sharing that on.
Gout is our passion.
Yeah.
Clearly, magic
Commander
is a byproduct.
We haven't talked about it enough lately because I haven't seen Commander Gouts make any tweets. So come on, Commander Gouts. Let's get some more tweets because we had some flare-ups the last 2 weeks. All right. You guys can also direct message us there, or you can go and direct message us at Gmail. That should do it for our tags. Let's get into Grinds My Gears.
I'm so excited.
I
feel bad for you. I feel bad because it sounded like a good setup before. Now with these changes, I'm actually surprised about the one thing. I'm sure you'll talk about it.
Okay, so people may or may not know. I didn't know that eBay changed. They added almost like a shipping thing to help on lower end sales getting tracking that isn't as expensive. Because right now on eBay, and that's actually in the videos, you guys can kind of check out. That's actually, do I talk about the shipping? Yeah, I talk about it a little bit because when I get $20 or more, that's when I start doing the tracking. But even that, it's really when I get to, now it's been more of like 25 or 30 or more is when I start doing the eBay tracking, because you lose $3 right there because it's $3 to get the label and all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I just use normally the stamp and you just package it correctly. And little pro tip here, what I've been doing lately when I do the envelope ones is I take a picture of it and send it to the person in a direct message saying, hey, your card's on its way, and showing them that I'm sending it. That isn't proof that I sent it, but at least I'm getting interaction with people, and I have yet, knock on wood, to get somebody to say they haven't gotten their cards. So I don't think I can use that if somebody and it's going to happen, but I don't think I can go to eBay and be like, look, I sent it. Here's the picture of it. They want tracking to be able to get your money back. Yep. But so far, I don't know if that's helped because people are like, oh, thanks. I actually get a lot of messages back saying, oh, that was super quick. Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Really excited for the card. That's probably 60% of the people respond back to me. So it's kind of cool that way. But I feel like it's an added stuff. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. eBay now supposedly has added a lower level where it's only $1 and you still get tracking on your cards, which is really good. That's really good if you're like me and I only sell on eBay. I don't sell on TCG. Mm-hmm. I've chosen eBay as my main source, and I'm almost at 1,000 sales. So I've kind of have my feedback's good. I don't want to go to TCG and eBay. I don't want it on two places because that's just too much to keep track of and be like, okay, this sold over here.
Not having a buyout.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to just keep it on one place, and that's kind of why I chose eBay. But anyways, so the big change that happened this week is eBay now, when you sell something, it doesn't go to PayPal anymore. I don't get it. Like, somebody can explain this to me because I'm sure there are more people that are in the know of this, but eBay and PayPal they're the same, like owned by the same company, but for some reason are splitting their stuff. So first it was when you buy stuff on eBay, or is it buy or no? So you don't buy through PayPal anymore. Like, you buy through your credit card. And now they've changed it that when you sell something on eBay, it doesn't go through PayPal anymore. It goes through your bank. And so the problem there is they're now holding it on eBay and then taking days for it to get into your account. I have deposits from cards I sold on Thursday that still have not made it to my Wells Fargo account. And it's fucking ridiculous. And here's the big kicker. I was actually excited. I think I talked to you off air about it when I heard that they were doing this. I thought I was going to be, or did we talk about it on air? How eBay takes 10%.
Yeah.
PayPal takes a percentage. I think it's between like 3 and 5 or 3 and 6%.
When you pull out.
Wait, what?
Depends on if you impregnate them or not, but I mean.
No, with PayPal, when it gets deposited into the PayPal account from eBay, they take it out right away. Whereas eBay does it differently, where they have a tracker, and each month they charge your account. So they'll take it from PayPal. Okay. So you're looking at like 13 to 15% in charges. Well, I got the email and the account notification to change your bank stuff because they're going to be direct depositing. I was like, oh, sweet. I kind of liked it because I was like, hey, I'm going to save 3 to 5% because I'm not going to deal with PayPal. Mm-hmm. Nope. eBay is now taking 13 to 15%. They're cutting out freaking PayPal and they're taking that whole amount. Because I've been calculating out, because you can see what they're taking. They're taking their cut first, and then once their cut is done, then they send you a direct deposit, which is 3 to 5 days. Whereas PayPal, as soon as somebody bought it off of eBay, it was in my account and I was able to buy something right off after that.
So it's really slowed down the transaction process for you.
Yes. So,
and I mean, like it seems odd because they've taken more of they're taking more of the load on their end of.
I like how you pause. You're like, another one. Damn it.
and so they're doing more of the work on their side, and then cutting out something that they're already in partnership with. I mean, they're owned by the same person, but they're separate companies. That's just kind of how that works. But generally, it's good to like shake each other's hands and go, hey, boom, boom. So I don't, clearly I'm not going to know the reason why they're doing this, because I feel like that hurts PayPal dramatically.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I was like, if you guys are owned, like eBay's got to be one of their big sources of income, and now they've completely cut them out.
And the other thing that was weird, I was just going a little deeper on the finance part, but I was hearing that PayPal was going to start accepting crypto coins.
Oh, really?
Digital money. Yeah, I don't think that was any like in the next year or two. So when I heard that, I was like, that's interesting. That'll do some things. So I wonder if there's some type of association there where they're separating it so eBay and like isn't affected by that
with crypto. Yeah,
but I don't know what else you use PayPal for.
Long and short is, I don't know. I don't know what else gets it. I'll say this is a personal thing that I don't like about it is PayPal was my account besides the deposits coming in. Like whenever I got deposits from Airbnb, I just immediately transferred them out. But PayPal was my account for Magic. Like that's my account. And that's more my personal preference. Like, yeah, I can make another one on Wells Fargo, but I already have like my checking, my savings, my business checking, my business savings. The boys have their own savings. I have a joint account. I already have a crap ton of them, and the hoops you have to jump through to have all of those to not get charged is crazy. And I don't want to have to open up another account on Wells Fargo when all I really want is something to be holding my eBay or my purchases for Magic cards. And that's what my PayPal account is. I'm still doing it, but now what I'm having to do is wait for it to get deposited into Wells Fargo. Then I'm going to have to deposit it into PayPal and wait 3 to 5 days to go into Wells Fargo, 3 to 5 days to get over to PayPal. So now it's turned into I sell a card and I get the money a week from after I sell it.
So you can still see, or like you can still buy stuff from PayPal on eBay. It just doesn't get deposited. Right?
No, actually, I'm pretty sure it's now buying on eBay is linked to your credit card, to whatever bank account you have. Because TCG takes from PayPal, eBay takes from your credit card. They changed that. That was a couple months ago or whatever.
This turned from grinds your gears into how does Lowery understand this?
Please explain. Yeah, I guess I didn't really like. I texted you and I was like, this is what sucks. And you're like, okay,
I'm trying to figure out why you're angry. I mean, it seems like the biggest thing is like the length of time to get the money off of a sale, along with you're still losing the same amount of money.
Yeah, there's nothing that they saved. I was excited I was excited to save the money originally. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's fine. It'll go into my Wells Fargo account and whatever. I'll figure out something there because I'm saving the money. I can deal with it. But one, it's not getting in there directly like they were doing with PayPal. Maybe it's just it's still the beginning and they got to get it figured out. But that's ridiculous. Like to have it pending for 3 days before it even does anything is just stupid.
Well, I mean, if you want to work with Hasbro, they'll pending you for a couple months and then send you the top half of a Quip toothbrush.
Oh, did you see the Discord tonight? Did you see what?
I think I kind of heard. Yeah, I was kind of seeing that.
Because I tagged you in it just to see if you got it. But one of our listeners, their wife, the business that his wife works at, she was cleaning out the shipping area, and there was a package from Amazon that was too big, and Amazon wouldn't take it back. They've been trying to give it back, and they're like, nope, it's yours. So she opened it up, and it was a freaking War of the Spark foil sheet. And she, because of her husband, or I believe it was Noah, actually, if I remember right, it was Noah's wife, Discord member. Because he plays Mag, she's like, I know what this is. So she brought it home. Freaking hey, that's like, I didn't realize, dude, those are up to like $500 now. They were at 150 when they were giving them all out there for a while there. So I guess they've gone up quite a bit. If you don't get a damaged one, that's the thing.
Yeah, mine's a little damaged.
But yeah, I made the joke that was probably your lost one, and instead of the quip.
Butcha. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, you can send that over to me whenever you get the time.
All right. I think that was it. I just, and it's maybe just a change of me just whining about change and people not liking change, and everything was good.
There's that part. But that seems like a net negative to me.
I mean, I think when it comes down to it, take out the change sucks. The part of having it penned for so long.
Yeah.
When you had an instantaneous system before, and now it's a 3-day process. I think if
it was one and not the other, it'd probably be fine. Like, you're saving money, but you got to wait a little bit.
Yeah. Or but now it's like,
you're not saving any money.
And now it's slower.
You're waiting longer.
All right. Okay. Let's get into something fun here. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, now. Stump the Smith Savant. The reason why we're laughing is Larry can't hear any of my sounders now, which sucks. So
a few minutes later, I'm still trying to figure this out. So he's like, I'm going to press a button now. And then he looks at me in silence. I'm like,
is it going in? All right. So we're doing Stump the Smith Savant. The guys, I explain it each week, but what I'm going to do is read the flavor text of a card, and then Lowry's going to try to guess what that card is. I will give clues, which every clue I give will be a -5 points out of 100. And any wrong guess that Lowery has is -10 points. He can only ask yes or no questions, so I can only answer yes or no. And there is a kind of rough timer. I don't know if we're really going to do a timer, the 30-second thing, kind of playing with that. We're going to get faster to the clues. I'm not going to put you at a strict, here's 30 seconds. But after a time, I'm like, all right, I'm moving on to the next clue because you're not moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Understandable.
So I do have potentially up to 3 things you can get here. We'll see how fast you get through these. If one takes a long time, then we're just done, after that one. So, All right. So there's a little bit of a wrench into this. I am doing things a little differently this week. I'm not going to be so straightforward. I'm going to more describe of different things with the card. Larry can make the guesses. There we go. Guesses of things about, like, I'm not going to just say this is this color or this color. It's going to be a little more vague of that, just giving you descriptive things. So
I am going to be asking those questions, though.
Right. And I will answer yes or no on those. Okay. So the first one. All right. Let's read the flavor text. Hang on. Let me make sure I get the right one. Okay. The so-called barbarians will not respect us for our military might. They will respect us for our honor. Luclide Fixadaughter, leader of the Order of the White Shield.
Okay.
The so-called barbarians will not respect us for our military might. They will respect us for our honor. Luclide Fixadaughter. It's Fiksdotteer, leader of the Order of the White Shield.
Yeah, so Order of the White Shield is from Cold Snap. So is it from Cold Snap?
No.
And then could be... So this is...
Oh, hang on a second.
I got more time to think about it. So it's going to be... Order of the White Shield. That's... Ice Age, Alliances, or Cold Snap.
Ridiculous. That was Drake this time. It's like they're coming upstairs, and then it must be hearing me talking, and instead of going right to where our bedroom is at the top of the stairs, they come over to me all the way across the damn house. All right. So, okay. Yeah, Cold Snap, I don't know, a few minutes later. Well, I don't know if
it wasn't that long. But it's Cold Snap or Ice Age or Alliances. So
is that what you want? Is that your question?
That's technically the... Is it from Ice Age then?
Yes.
Okay. Jesus. Is it a white card?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to give you a clue at all?
Swords to Plowshare?
Good job! Way to go, Lowery. I'm impressed. You're getting good at this. You want to hear what my clues were? Now that I've fucking spent all this time, I had a lot of clues. Mine was gonna be clue number 1 was features a man. Then I was gonna say features 5 different arts. Life gain is minor. Then I was gonna give you another recent flavor text, and then I was hoping this 23 printings. It's been 23 times this has been printed.
Printings.
And then I was gonna get into the card details if you hadn't done so already. So.
I like that art. That's probably my favorite art. I mean, there's a couple of really good arts there. Actually, they're probably all really good. All right.
All right. Next one. So, Lowery, you got 90 points on that. You only got one wrong guess there. All right. So, the next one. Let's see. All right. It started as a mere drop of water. The magic mirror crystallized into much more.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. So, drop of water.
It started as a mere drop of water. The magic mirror crystallized into much more.
Okay, magic mirror. There's mirror, but a drop of water. So, like a reflecting pool? It's not reflecting pool, right?
Nope.
Okay. I'm okay with a clue.
Okay. The card features a hand.
Features the hand, so not just a hand in there.
Features a hand.
See, I think this is a lot harder. Not getting any like hard detail. Okay, so let's guess. Is this a blue card?
No.
Is this an artifact?
Yes.
Okay. This is a mirror or
It started as a mere drop of water. The magic mirror crystallized into much more.
When you're saying a mere drop of water, how's that spelled?
Mirror, like mirror on the wall.
A mirror drop of water?
Magic mirror crystallized into much more.
But that first part, what is it?
Mirror. Is that what you're asking?
No, I know that part.
You were thinking mirror as in MYR?
Well, I mean, it's not that.
No, it's mirror, magic mirror. Like as mirror.
But the first part, the mere drop of water, it's a mirror drop of water?
Mirror as in MERE.
A mere drop of water. All right.
Sorry. I thought because there's mirror and mirror. I was like, which one are you? Mirror. No, mirror. Yeah, okay, mirror.
So it's an artifact. Is it colorless artifact?
Yes.
Is it from Mirrodin?
No. You want another clue?
Yeah.
Was recently involved in controversy.
So a secret lair? It feels like there's controversy every week. It's hard to keep up.
I'll give you this one. Recently, controversy is in. We had discussions about it as well. My sound bed went away, so I had to start it over again.
Jeweled Lotus?
Nope.
What?
But you're all along a similar line with that. That is not a clue. That's just kind of right ballpark there.
Warmer. I can take another clue. This is definitely harder without
doing
concrete
it this way.
clues.
Yeah. Is a friend of all colors.
A friend to all colors. Chromatic lantern.
I'll give it a little better hint. Is a friend to all colors in your commander's identity? That should give it away a little bit.
It's not Commander's Sphere, is it?
Nope.
So it'd be was it in a secret lair?
Yes.
So I'm going with rocks. Was it in the rocks secret lair?
Yes.
Okay, so what was in there? Chromatic lantern, which doesn't fit. Was Commander's Sphere in there? Maybe. Darksteel ingot was in there.
It started as a mere drop of water. The magic mirror crystallized into much more.
Yeah, there's the Gilded Lotus.
Is that what you're guessing?
Yeah?
No?
It doesn't work for me, though. And I'm probably missing that one.
Yep. Yeah, you totally are. Can I give you another clue?
Yeah.
It is the third most played card in Commander in the last month.
What? I mean, so it'd be Soul Ring, Command Tower.
I'll give you, this won't be part of it. Swords to Plowshare was the second most played card in Commander in the last month, and actually 2 years.
Okay, so is it in Commander's Legends?
It is.
Thought Vessel?
Nope. I'll go through the clues again. This might help. Features a hand. Was involved in controversy. Is a friend to all colors, specifically in your commander's identity.
Oh, that's good.
And is the third most played card in Commander in the last month, according to EDH Rec.
It's just shaking my head. It's not Commander's Sphere.
Nope.
There's no hand in that.
Has been a proxy. That's another clue. Of Proxy of the Week.
Is it converted mana cost 3?
No.
Is it 2?
Yes. You're gonna kick yourself.
Oh, Arcane Signet. Fuck.
Yeah.
I got there, but god damn it. All right.
So you got 8 wrong guesses and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clues. So 10, 20. So you got negative points.
I was moving through it quicker. Yeah, I was lost on that one. I had no idea.
Yeah, you were getting in the right ballpark though. I just couldn't remember. So you get the controversy because it was, oh, we got another staple. It's a staple. It's a staple. So
it's only a controversy because number 2 is on that bandwagon.
Then the picture
That's
features
not a real
hand.
controversy.
Is a friend to all colors, specifically
Yeah,
Commander's
yeah.
identity. I was trying to help there. Do you want the third one?
Nah, let's move on.
That one took a long time, so yeah,
Yeah.
I think. All right.
Great.
So
One
you
to
got
make me look okay, one to make me look like a dummy. That's what we need.
So yeah, I picked the second and third most played cards because I was like, well, I'm not going to pick Soul Ring because you're going to get that instantly. So I'll give you this. Soul Ring will never be on this list unless it has a different flavor text and I read that one instead, which it might actually. I should look over that. That's notes for myself. All right. Should we get
myself
into? Oh, damn it! Even when I play the sounder of, controversial cards.
Box Topper!
You can't hear you yelling Box Topper right now, can you? No.
Nope. I'm sure it's funny for everybody else.
We're gonna have to get that one fixed because I am wanting you to hear my buttons because then you can't hear when I'm making fun of you or myself. That's
I'm just deadpanning you insulting me now.
Not funny. Not funny.
Not impressive.
You don't impress me much. All right. Okay. So we did shutdown cards a couple weeks ago. These are shutdown cards you shouldn't be playing. Because if you're playing this, I don't know why. It's just silly. This is what it is.
We've once we get to certain cards, we'll discuss why or how you could maybe use them.
Yeah.
But
question mark?
Again, social contract wise is at the very least is like no mass land destruction. I'm sure there's a lot of people that kind of scoff at that. Like, no, I should be able to do whatever I want. But the game, you have to be able to break that parity.
There needs to be some sort of advantage of you.
Yeah.
Just to destroy everything because that's what the deck does. That's not good. Like you just making the game start over and there's a difference when you cast like a Cyclonic Rift and you have a big advantage because now everybody's stuff is back in their hands. Yours is still out. You should win the game. When you cast something where it's destroy everything, all your lands, and you're included, it just sucks for everybody. And that's why people get pissed.
And
especially when it's land, because think of it this way. You're far enough into the game and everybody's made their moves. They've gotten their creatures out and all this stuff and done their ramp stuff. And now you're destroying. Most likely they don't have they don't have the 7 cards and they, land starting in their hand. They've gotten rid of all that. So now everybody's starting with a handful of cards and no way to play them until they draw it. So now you're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 turns before anybody's actually doing something. So
it just lengthens the game. It feels like there wasn't a real plan there. You're just putting it in there to be a troll, a magic troll.
Yeah. A magic troll.
An ogre.
An org.
Yeah, org. Ogre. Spanish for
for the ogre. Yeah.
So it's just a lot of these cards we're going to discuss are cards I very much avoid.
Yes. What since you brought up the land destruction, hit them. Let's hit those right away.
Okay, so Armageddon is the poster child for this, but we'll go into more cards. But Armageddon is just a white 3 colorless destroy all lands, and this is one of them where I would say and we've brought it up before. Just in Trombley's deck, he plays Armageddon and it's Kalia of the Vast, and he's able to cheat in dragons, demons, angels on the attack trigger. And so if you're able to go turn 3 Kalia, turn 4 Armageddon, swing in, you are pretty much going to win that game. At least knock out 2 of those players before they can recover. And so that's ending the game relatively quick. Even after an Armageddon, people aren't going to be able to do any more spells unless they get lucky and draw into it.
So what you're saying there is there's a plan. There's not just I'm casting Armageddon and just resetting everybody's land. We're starting over, guys. Hey, there's no plan. That one has a plan. There's a reason. You get your Kalia out and destroy everybody's land. That kind of protects your Kalia in a way, because now people don't have the mana to remove it. And you're just playing cards from your hand for free from Kalia and destroying the board. I would say another angle you could do with Armageddon or land destruction in general is if your deck's just built on mono rocks. If you're planning on playing a whole bunch of mono rocks, you don't need the land because you just get the mono rocks out and they just keep building off of each other. That's cool. That's another way you're getting an advantage over everybody.
And we've talked about Lavinia from the latest Ravnica block. Like, she plays into that great. That's a great style into it. You just, again, make sure that you're going to end the game once you cast that spell. Like, it doesn't have to be right now, but kind of one of those cards of just like, you're dead, you just don't know it type thing. That's I'm okay with that as well. But it's when you're like, all right, I want to play another hour of this game, so Armageddon. And then it's like,
damn it.
Okay. I wanted to go have pizza.
Because now you can't, because everybody doesn't have land, so the turns are really fucking quick. It's like, all right, your turn. You can
have a ton of turns in there where nothing happens.
Yeah.
And it can go quick, but it can also, like, it can take out people from the game, and that's kind of what you want. But if you're not breaking parity, you're just not fun. I wouldn't play against that player if they're just going to consistently try and do that.
Yeah,
if that's the point of your deck, I'd be like, I don't really want to play that. Or you have to specifically build a deck to like fight against it, which is also not something that I really enjoy, because then it doesn't work against anything else. And you become the arch enemy like right away.
Yeah.
So I mean, some other cards.
Go through the lands one. I didn't write all those down necessarily. So I did the everything.
Catastrophe, which is you can choose. It's at 6 mana and white. You can choose either destroying all creatures or all lands. There is Catastrophe. Nope.
Is Cataclysm? That what you just said? Like...
I'm looking it up.
Yeah. There's Catastrophe, which does this, and then I think there's Catastrophe, and it also does that.
Cut that. What? Make me sound better. So Cataclysm, which is another white card. Each player chooses from among the permanents he or she controls an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, a land, sacrifice the rest.
Yeah, so that hits everything.
Yeah, and that's just a huge restart. It's really cheap. You do get to choose.
But that, again, how do you build around that? You can't have mono rocks to take advantage of not having lands because you're only getting one. I think you had mentioned one thing though that you could. What color is that? Is that red?
This is white.
White. Yeah, never mind. I mean, there's another card we'll talk about later where you mentioned going to Planeswalker deck, and this one could work with that because it isn't affecting Planeswalkers.
I don't know, because it says sacrifice the rest. It's not specifically
you're right.
Stating sacrifice.
You get to keep those and everything else is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the card up in front of me, so I was going off of that makes sense.
And this is a card that I don't play. I don't I don't even consider it really. And this is very similar to Razia's Purification, which is a red-white card. And then that's where everybody chooses 3 permanents they control and sacrifice the rest. Like that one, I think you can play a little bit more around, but still, it's a huge restart on the game.
You know what just hit me is, you notice that a lot of the cards we're going to talk about here, besides maybe one, are the two worst colors in Magic. Mm-hmm. So that they just have the dickiest cards. They have the cards that you shouldn't be playing. It's like, well, we're not going to make this color strong, but what we're going to do is make you hate this color even more because people are playing the worst cards in it.
Well, I think this is part of the problem with white and red is that their earlier days of identity was dealing with destroying land. And that's become really frowned upon. And in more recent development, nothing replaced that. And so they just lost a part of their identity and didn't gain anything in the regards to that. And especially in Commander where it's frowned upon, like you have, each color has the thing that it does. And if you lose that, like you do in Commander with mass land destruction, and it becomes less of a viable option. And the difference is like green just does everything now, so it's so viable, it's ridiculous.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And that's where blue has been forever. It's just able to do everything. And that's not where white and red are.
So I'm gonna probably make a crazy statement here, but like. Land destruction, for the people that are mad at we're talking about land destruction and whatever, those people probably dislike counterspell players, but land destruction players are very similar to counterspell players. They're just doing it in a different way. Counterspell players are locking down the game. There's a little more strategy of trying to get your spells out and trying to decide what to do there, but what you're doing as a mass land destruction players, you're locking down the game so no one's playing. At least with counterspell players playing stuff, they're countering shit and doing their stuff. When you do a mass land destruction, you're shutting down everybody, including yourself, unless you have an alternative motive of how you're getting things to get through or cast stuff. And so you're kind of a blue player in sheep's clothing because you're actually just
I'd say more so because again, like you're saying,
because you're hitting yourself.
Blue is still moving themselves forward, to whereas like red and white land destruction just kind of stop everybody. Like, and that's fine, but you're not doing anything. And part of the game is just trying to progress it forward. And again,
that's why it gets frowned upon, is because. And that's why counterspell players, going to counterspell players too, is that's why people get so frustrated with, and I get so frustrated. I've been burned with it from Jake, our cousin, as countering is just, you're not playing Magic. It's, if you're only countering spells, it's no longer fun because it's just like, all right, well, I came here to play my cards and see how they worked, and all that's happening is it's getting countered. That's the same thing with destroying lands. That's why it's frowned upon, is that people want to be able to play their spells and do things. And by you just destroying everything, it doesn't make it fun. It sucks.
And that's why, again, I think making sure that you break that parity is imperative to make it at least bearable. Because, I mean, the other thing off air when I was going, you're basically a combo player. Like, your combo is Kalia, Cheatin, dragons and all that, and don't let anybody play spells when you're having everybody sacrifice their land. You're essentially, like you're saying, countering their spells without them even having to play spells. Anything. They can't cast anything, so they're just not doing anything. And as long as you're moving forward, again, that's fine in my opinion. And going
end the game. Don't kill everybody's chance. Your chance as well. If you're casting it, don't make it so you can't do anything. Kill us.
And so, like, an example of what, like, Worldslayer is an artifact or equipment. When it's equipped and that creature deals damage, it destroys all other permanents. So Worldslayer stays on the battlefield, everything else dies. And so, again, what our cousin Jake, if you haven't listened enough he played a lot of awful decks against us.
Yeah, he did. He scarred us
heavily. But he would go Stone Hero Giant, attack, and then cheat in an equipment that was indestructible and made Stone Hero Giant indestructible. And then next turn, if there was blockers, he would get something that allowed him to get through.
Yeah.
And then the next one was Worldslayer, destroy everybody's everything that wasn't indestructible, and then there's just nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, because then it's every turn, destroy everything, destroy everything, destroy everything.
The only way to get around it is like if you kept a planes in your hand and then was able to play Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshare.
Or Swords to Plowshare.
Yeah. What? Like that, that's how you got around it. It was like, is that in my deck? No? All right, concede. So
yeah.
Again, that's a win strategy, but you gotta like have
it's a combo.
Win.
It's like you said right there. It is a combo. It ends the game right there.
One that you were bringing up was Jackal Hops.
Yeah, so I guess when I was the lands was a different animal in itself. I would say the poster child for this category would be more of Decree of Annihilation.
Okay.
Because it's more of, I think, isn't it? I'm going to it really quick.
Jackal Hops has played a ton. It's played a bunch. Not a ton, but a bunch.
But that one is destroy all creatures, lands, artifacts. And is it enchantments too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a board wipe. But again, the reason why I would do a Decree of Annihilation is the poster. I know Jackal Hops has probably played more, but Decree exiles all of those and all graveyards and all cards from hands. So it makes it so everybody turns into just playing from the top of your library, and that's how you win the game. You know, and that game turns into forever, and it's 10. That's not that much.
Well, that's what Apocalypse does too, which is only 5.
Yeah, but this removes all cards from all hands, where Apocalypse is only your hand gets discarded.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one gets everybody's cards are gone from their hands. All their graveyards are gone. Everything in the battlefield, everything is gone. And you just start over, but instead of everybody having a hand and you get to play cards like you're starting over, it's draw from the top of your library.
Along with Jackal Hops, is it the same wording that allows you to have like Planeswalkers stick around too for Decree of Annihilation?
It seems like it because it says exile artifacts, creatures, lands from the battlefield, all cards from graveyards, and all cards from all hands. So, I would say Planeswalkers could stick around.
I wonder if that's why they just make awful red Planeswalkers.
Because you can use them with these.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting deck to play. Just a bunch of red removal of everything.
Interesting.
I'm not going to play it. Nope, that's not something I want to.
And really, we should say this out. Like the thing that absolutely breaks parity on most of these cards is Teferi's Protection.
Yes, and I will say I have played that.
Yep.
And I've got it to work once, and then not got it to work because I was desperate and did the dick thing that we're talking about, where I was like, "Well, I'm going to die, so exile everything. I discard my hand." Yep. And so what ended up happening there was Lowery had really, I think, more control in that game. And I basically gave the win to Tyson because of what he was able to draw and get dragons out. He was able to ramp his dragons out pretty quick. And we both died. So instead of, I took the win away from Lowery and gave it to Tyson on a plate. But what you're supposed to do is you cast one of these and they're sorcery speed, and you play your Teferis on top of it. So you then get removed from all of that, and then everything happens to everybody else. Mm-hmm. And that's how you win the game. I only have the Apocalypse and Teferi's combo, and that's it in that deck. And like I said, it's only happened once.
Yeah. On
the good end and once on the bad. Was there anything else? You had a couple other things in that category, right?
A few minutes later.
And that was literally a few minutes later. Lots of technical difficulties, lots of kids, and lots of errors happening tonight on our stuff.
Woo, this is This old school classic.
Yeah. Where we have to like apologize on the episode before people listen to it. I'm sorry that this is going to suck because we didn't know that the audio was bad.
But
the
we're
good
not
old days.
redoing it.
Yeah, that was 2 hours. All right, so I think we were on Obliterate.
Yep.
Does the same thing as, but the difference is destroy is the keyword instead of exile. It can't be countered, and it's for 8. Destroy all artifacts, creatures, and lands, and they can't be regenerated. So,
which is, I mean, like pretty key because I always regenerate my shit.
Right.
Cast and re-knit all the time.
The regeneration is not used. It's doesn't get used so often that I forgot how regenerate works. Where remember I was telling you about Guy and I playing, and we completely played it wrong because we forgot about how regenerate actually worked, and it's just Anyways. Okay, was there anything else on that list?
Where did you want to put Nether Void?
So let's just talk about it. Nether Void is a really expensive card, so if you have it and you're playing with it, good for you.
As in, we're just telling you not to be playing with it.
Yeah, okay.
Adam,
not good for you. I mean more of hey, you got some good old ass cards because it's on its reserve list from Legends. It's the only time it's printed. But it's whenever a player casts a spell, counter it unless that player pays 3. So this includes you, and it sucks. Like that just that really shuts down everything. I mean that it's on its own category. We really don't. There's a lot of stuff where it's like pay 1 extra or pay. There isn't
1 or 2.
2 is the
bearable,
most, but
3.
Yeah, and it affects you as well. It's just
Swords to Plowshare for 4. Nobody plays that.
All right, and then I guess we get into more of the tapped category, right? I mean, that's the Stasis category.
Stasis is the
poster
child for this one.
Yeah, so if you don't know what Stasis is, good. Don't play it.
Don't play it. If you don't know what any of these cards are, forget it from your memory.
Yeah, just
delete this episode from your phone.
Episode.
You'll be a happier person. Your friends are going to be happier.
Still play it for your pets before you leave to go. You're probably not even going to work. So when you leave the room, because, instead of playing music, play us. And so we get the play count. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why I didn't transfer there. I thought you were saying, like, play Stasis against your pets. I was like, what?
Yeah, when you play against your pets, this is the card you got to play against them because they'll get really mad and
they'll look at you sideways a little bit. But what Stasis does is players skip their on tap step, and then during your upkeep you got to pay one blue. And again, this is a card that you break the parity on with like Seedborn Muse or something that untaps lands.
So if you're consistently having something in there that you are taking advantage of, by all means, go for it. But if you're just playing it to just pause the game for turns and turns and turns, don't. Please stop.
Yeah.
The other part of this is like these next couple are, you can't plan for this necessarily. like Vorinclex. That one, the player that casts it gets the advantage of, and Vorinclex is not on this list. I'm just giving it as an example. Vorinclex is a amazing card because the player that casts it gets the advantage, but at least the other players get to plan. They aren't like it. If Vorinclex red, players no longer can untap lands if they, not even if they untap or tapped them that turn. Like if it stayed tapped what was out there, that would suck. But the fact is that if everybody's lands are already tapped, it's only when you tap lands from now on. So you have to plan things out. So it's a little more fair. This, it comes out, if people's lands are tapped, they're staying tapped. Static Orb is another example, which, or Winter Orb. Do we just want to burn through these?
Well, Static Orb is what the problem with what you're talking about. You can't untap more than 2 permanents during the untap step. So the perfect time to play this or Winter Orb, which is you can only untap 1 land per turn, is when everybody's tapped out, you play this spell and you're like, all right.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, you don't tap out. And you're like, okay, I can make my move when I need to. And so they're both super, super rough cards. They make the game last forever. They are not fun cards. Again, you got to break the parity on these, and you can.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Because Static Orb is untapped. That's one of the words on there. I always forget to read that part. But
so you could take advantage of tapping it, or tapping it, and then you aren't affected by that.
So this is like in the Urza Lord High Artificer deck, and then you just break ahead hardcore on that. Because you can just tap it at the end of somebody else's turn.
Yeah.
And then...
Then you're solid.
So that's why Urza sucks playing against.
Then we also had, like, what was it? Dust Drinker. Is that right?
Hokori. Yeah, so Hokori Dust Drinker is just a Winter Orb on a legendary creature.
Yeah.
But lands don't untap during... Oh, they don't untap at all. Is that what Winter Orb says?
Winter Orb is... They get to untap 1.
Yeah, okay. So I did say that right. So, yeah, Hokori's brutal, and you're putting all of these cards in the same deck, so you're getting... Okay, no, Hokori gets to untap 1 as well. Lands don't untap during their controller's untap steps. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player untaps a land he or she controls. So it's, when they're all together, that's brutal. 1 out is brutal. Consistency is brutal. They're just slowing down the game super, super slow.
You had mentioned one also, but I don't know if that fits on here, but the Power Surge?
Yeah, Power Surge is pretty similar. It's a red card. And I would say it's here, but during each player's upkeep, Power Surge deals X damage to where X is the number of No. What was I thinking?
Smoke? I don't know, because I was wondering how that fit in of the damage. I was like, you can handle the damage.
Smoke. I meant smoke.
Oh, okay.
Players can't untap more than 1 creature during their untap step, which is red enchantment. Sorry.
Okay, that makes more sense.
My problem is that smoke doesn't have any flavor text, so I just couldn't remember the card.
Or if it's a highly played card, you won't remember it.
That's also... It's
although that's false though, because you got the second highest played card and then you didn't get the third highest. Got negative points. Yeah, smoke, that makes more sense. I was wondering so the other one is interesting though, because it was Power Surge is at the beginning of each player's upkeep. Power Surge deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of untapped lands they control at the beginning of this turn. So that was yeah, I was confused about it. I was like, I guess that works. Let's just cut that part out. So smoke. Back to smoke.
Nah, we just keep it all.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
They're both 2-drop enchantments, red enchantments. 2 red for I can see how that goes together. It's like smoke and surge.
Thanks. Not helping anymore though. Okay,
once you see smoke, then there's surge.
I should change this on my notes so it doesn't get off.
Yeah.
So very similar with Stoic Angel as well. You're only allowed to untap 1 creature per upkeep or untap step. And I think it's a little bit different than lands, messing with lands, but it still really, really slows down the game. And so I do suggest, unless, again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, probably not more because we're at the end of our list, but got to break the parity when it comes to this.
Well, you can kind of see Stoic Angel probably more of your plain vigilance type creatures.
Yeah, I mean, it can be you play those cards when you're you just are Voltron building. You're only attacking with one creature anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're not relying on tapping creatures for mana.
So there's some things you can do. I think those are a little more probably. I think when it affects your land is when it starts to bug me. The creatures I can deal with a little more. I'm like, you can plan that out a little more. It also shuts off counter decks, with all the little counters.
How about we just cut this whole end of the part? I hit my mic. Okay. The Smoke and Stoic Angel. Yeah, all of it messes with your land. So, moral of the story of today's episode is don't fuck with people's land.
Yes, that is pretty much it, isn't it?
I think that's it. That's what I don't think I realized that until right now.
Yeah. Shut down cards you shouldn't be playing because they're fucking with people's lands.
Yep.
Because even you could throw a Nether Void into that.
Can we fit that on a YouTube title? Or
Nether Void deals with that too, kind of, because it's like you're having to pay 3 more. Every land, basically, you need 3 more for everything. So,
yeah, we can keep that.
Stop fucking with my lands. That's what this episode's called.
We got there.
Yeah, I got to write it down before I forget. Stop fucking with my lands. All right, sweet. This is a great episode.
Yeah. I'm actually quite surprised that my son hasn't come down and interrupted us as well.
I got both boys. How did that happen? Both of them came in. You haven't been to the house yet, but you'll see where I am and where they come up the stairs. They should have hit the Cindy in the bedroom. That's the first door you get to, and instead they walk across the house.
She's probably sleeping through it.
Yeah,
probably going in there, Mommy, I need some water, and she is just out.
Yeah, she's probably from the shot stuff. Shot.
She also just falls asleep.
That's the other part. She is a narcoleptic.
She also does that.
All right, okay, Lowery, you're not going to hear this sounder, but I'm going to play the shorter version of One Spec to Rule Them All now. One Spec.
Good one. I like that sound. Did it line up all right?
Yeah.
Did we line up?
Yeah.
See? I can act.
Acting. Well, the best part is you did that and it's over while she's talking, so you'd...
so it didn't work.
Oh, I was...
Post-production. Move me around.
No, you normally talk when it's going on, either laughing or whatever, so that works out perfect. All right, so
nobody will know.
Back to Rule Them All. We are talking about Commander Legends. Now this episode, I don't know how long this episode is because we had so many breaks and...
It'll be under an hour and a half.
Yeah. But so one thing I wanted to talk about before we actually do these picks here is Commander Legends is a interesting set, especially when you get to the collector boosters. I don't know how much more they're going to be printing of that. And as soon as they come out in stores, they're sold out everywhere. And most of the country is shut down right now, so there isn't a lot of game stores that are even open. We're still waiting to even get word on when our boxes are coming. The inventory of the full art foils and full arts, I feel like that's something to kind of start looking at. So we are going to give you 2 that we are picking, but I think there's a lot from this, and I don't know how much more they're going to be printing of this. So I think 6 months, a year down the road, a lot of these that are really cheap right now because a lot of people got Commander Legends could go way, way up because they got a lot less inventory out there than they were planning.
And it's a home run of a set.
Yes. I just got which, by the way, if you haven't gotten this yet, check it out. The Channel Fireball gift box gives you... I'm advertising for them. They're a sponsor now. Channel Fireball.
No, not a sponsor. Channel Fireball. If you want us to sponsor for you.
But they had an awesome deal. They had
LSV.
Commander?
Contact me directly.
Yeah. DM Lowery. Direct message Lowery. But they had a booster box. You got a bunch of their stuff that I'm sure that they were going to give out at any Magic
GPs
events.
And
and
Magic Fest.
They're like, well, we got to get rid of this shit somehow. So I got my first foil soul ring. Oh, good for me, but you're not going to hear it. Shit. Shit, I got rid of it.
This is better.
All right, whatever.
Oh, good birdie.
I did it, but you can't hear it.
Whatever with this episode.
Yeah, I know.
It's the end of the year. Nobody cares.
But got the first, like, they gave you a foil soul ring. You got foil path, full art, no text, Path to Exiles. 2 of them that were non-foil. 1 that is foil. Then you got full art, lightning bolt. Like, it's just, it was endless of what that was. And I still think it's a good deal to buy it. Hint, hint, Lowery. If we don't get our boxes, you should buy one.
I might just sit down and do it anyway.
But anyways, I opened up half of the box because of our Commander League. We're about to open new packs, so I have those packs. And freaking hey, there's so much good shit in there. I was just like, every single pack had good stuff. Another Hull Breacher, which I don't know. Hull Breacher, by how we put that at number 1, I still think that card's going to keep going up. It's at 20 some bucks now. I still think that sucker.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. That's such a good card.
Yeah. So anyways, what is your one spec to rule them all? Let's just get to ours first before we keep ranting.
So I'm going to go with, from Commander Legends, I have not been able to play with this card because I did not open it because I finally got my box.
Woo!
Woo! Probably last Tuesday or Wednesday. So going with War Room, full
Solid.
art, which can be a medium price on TCG, is $290. I was seeing a few for $240. The foil full art is going for like $9-ish. So like what you're saying earlier about supply on the full art foils, maybe if you're thinking that things are being sold out, it's probably a quick pickup. But I think the card goes in a ton of decks.
Yes.
And it's cheap enough. Like Adam picked for the Throne of Eldraine one spec, you picked Castle Lochthwain.
Yep.
And this is just a better card.
Yeah. And it can go in every deck. Well,
yeah.
Every 2.
You don't want to put it in
2.
every deck, but 1 or 2 and maybe 3 pending. Like if you're in red, white, X, it might be a card you want to consider.
Mm-hmm. So I've been seeing this played in our Battle Box League firsthand, and I got it in a box, but not in our Battle Box stuff, so I don't have it. But seeing other people having that ability to just have a land that gives you mana, but late game, mid game, it gets you to draw and only lose 2 life, really is what people are paying. It's a solid card. Now, are you thinking the foil full arts or I think they're both solid picks.
I think they're both solid. I'm pretty cheap, so I'd be more than willing to buy the full art War Rooms.
Yeah.
The foils I'm a little bit more hesitant on just because I'm cheap, but they're probably really good pickups as well.
I think, what do you think for your War Room full art non-foil? What's your price? You think up to 10?
I think it's a $9 card right now, the full art foils.
No. Full art non-foil.
Full art non-foil. Yeah.
I think
I can definitely see it getting to 10.
And what do you think for foil?
Oh, that's an easy double on 20.
Yeah.
Like if it does catch on like I think it is, like that's probably a $30 card.
Yep,
easy.
20 plus. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a solid choice. Sweet. All right, my one spec from Commander Legends is surprisingly more white cards. Akroma's Will. The extended art's pretty similar to what Lowery is talking about with War Room. You can find these in TCG for about $3. And then the foil full arts are at 13. This card it's a solid, and I'm not going to say it's Teferi's protection level, but you have Teferi's protection is more of saving yourself, saving your creatures and all that. This has 2 parts to it. This is saving your creatures potentially, like very similar to Teferi's, more of like heroic intervention because you're getting the protection and indestructible. But this also can flip around the other way where it can be the game winner. And
yeah,
to have that on this both sides of it, where it's not just saving your stuff and protecting you, but it's having the ability to also win the game, is really interesting to me. And I think even you were saying the War Room is probably a 10. I think this is easily a 10, if not higher. But that's why we're playing this game. And I don't know if it's really a good game that we're playing, but we're keeping track a little bit. I think that will for sure get over 10 to 15. And I think the foils are currently at $13. I think that's easily, like you said, with yours is a double up. That'd easily get over 20, possibly 30 or more. You know, if this starts getting used like Teferi's Protection, this will easily get over 30, could get to 50 if it starts getting used. The foils, not the non-foils. Mm-hmm. And the non-foils could creep up to $20 or more. It just depends on how. Right now it's so early in it. I was checking out the EDH rec numbers, and the picks that I was looking at, they haven't even broken 1,000. And I don't know. Let me check War Room. War Room might be more because it's a land that can be used in every deck.
Yeah, a colorless land. Like how many people are building white decks?
It's the same. So they're all kind of sitting in the same group. So War Room's at 852 decks. Chroma was at 785. So they're about the same spot right now being used. But War Room can be used in more decks because it can be in any deck pretty much. But yeah, I keep an eye out on this one, because even the pack ones you could get for $1 right now, just the regular ones, those you could see getting up to 5 at some point. I just don't know how all these versions, how they shake out in the long run. Because what do you think?
I think the big thing is like the full art foils have such a ridiculously high ceiling.
Yeah.
That I feel like right now, as long as it hasn't like totally caught on, it's a good buy.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel like, and it's just hypothetical, but say they would have done Teferi's Protection like this. Do you think Teferi's Protection would still be at its high price that it's at, where you had a pack foil, a full art, and a full art foil? Like, you had 4 different printings. I'd be very curious to see where that's at, because I feel like a Chroma is... Teferi's Protection is 1, and a Chroma's Will is like 1B, you know? Not 1A, 1B. I think it's a little step below. But it's a game winner in a way. And you said that when we went through this.
It's absolutely a game winner.
Yeah. I don't remember where we placed this, but it was up in the top 5, wasn't it? Or top 3? And
I think we did Hull Breacher, Lotus, Opposition Angel, and then it was probably
Opposition Agent, you said?
Agent, yeah.
But I know I saw this get cast in a game that would have won the game if it didn't get countered. Like, that's...
Yeah.
If it wouldn't have got countered, that person won the game on the spot.
So much.
Yeah. So
I like all of the wills, really.
Yeah.
They're all pretty cool.
Yeah. Especially having the commander being able to pick them both. And that's the thing with this. If you don't have your commander out, either side works. You know, creatures gain lifelink, indestructible, or protection from all colors, or your creatures gain flying, vigilance, and double strike. Like, it's just brutal. All right, well, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.